Fine.
Vascular bundle, contour of the vascular bundle. In me. Okay, just that. Contour. If your question is to find the contour of the vascular bundle, first find load. What did you do?
Sorry.
Find the first. Find the. Focus from the right midclavicular line on the first and second intercostal spaces. Focus till you find dull sound. Same thing on the first and second intercostal space. Start from the left midclavicular line. Focus till you find dull sound and stop. Mark the border. So that will be the contour of right contour of vascular bundle, left contour of vascular bundle. And if your question is to find contour of vascular bundle, like not specific right or left, you have to find. If your question is to find contour of vascular bundle, like non-specific, no right, no left, you have to find on both sides and then just mark and tell that this is the contour of vascular bundle. So start focusing from the first. Okay, we go from down to up. We already found it on the second. Now we're going to do it on the first, second. Sorry, we already did it on the third. So we're going to do it on the second and then after that first. This is the contour of vascular bundle. Right, first we find the right contour of vascular bundle. Next, left contour of vascular bundle. It's okay. It's better. Second intercostal space. Okay, maybe here. One more. And now we go to first. Make sure you mark on the first intercostal space, not on the rib. Okay, here. Then join. This is the right contour of vascular bundle. Okay. Maybe use green. Right contour of vascular bundle. Left contour of vascular bundle. First and second intercostal space on the left side. First we do from the second and then after that first. Clavicular line. Same thing we do it on the first intercostal space. Start from the left midclavicular line. Focus till you listen to dull sound. Join. So I mark again wrong. First intercostal space. Second. Again wrong. Right. Join. This is the this is the left contour vascular bundle. Right contour vascular bundle. Left contour vascular bundle. So we found the right contour of the heart, left contour of the heart, right contour vascular bundle, left contour vascular bundle. So you join everything. Imagine join everything. Whole thing is the configuration of the heart. So the conclusion must be normal configuration of the heart. Normal. Yeah. And you have to tell that this is the right contour, left contour, right contour vascular bundle, left contour vascular bundle, right contour of the heart, left contour of the heart. So now we are going to enumerate what is present below the dull sound on the first, second, third, fourth on the right side, first, second, third, fourth and fifth on the left side. So we start from below, fourth intercostal space, right side, what's present here. I found a border here. If I project my, what is the projection of projection of the heart below the skin. Which part of the heart is present? Okay, which cavity of the heart is present? To be more exact, specific. Ventricle. Pause the video. Right atrium. Right atrium. Because when we did epigastric pulsation, you remember right ventricular pulsation. It starts from here. Because 4th and 5th intercostal spaces, where did we do cardiac beat? 4th and 5th intercostal space on the left side of the sternum, right? This is where the right ventricle is present. Yes, the right 4th intercostal space is the right atrium. So 3rd intercostal space, beneath the 3rd intercostal space is the right atrium as well. 2nd intercostal space on the right side. First intercostal space. Superior vena cava. 5th intercostal space on the left side. Yeah. What is beneath? Which structure of the heart is present? Left ventricle. Okay. 4th intercostal space. Atrium. No, left ventricle. Still left ventricle. Always remember that the left atrium is present posteriorly it's present posteriorly. The left ventricle is present anteriorly. So 3rd intercostal space is left ventricle. 4th intercostal space is left ventricle. 3rd intercostal space is atrium. No, left atrium is present posteriorly. Still ventricle. No. Here you find the left atrial appendage or left auricle. Auricle is the projection, is the appendage of the left side, left atrium. So left auricle, left ventricle. 2nd intercostal space on the left side.
Pulmonary trunk.
1st intercostal space.
Pulmonary vein.
Listening aorta. Ascending aorta. Aortic arch, listening aorta. If you forgot, just think logically, like compare the contralateral side and know what structure is present beneath. You'll just get an idea. So that's it about superior vena cava, ascending aorta, right atrium, listening aorta, pulmonary trunk, left auricle, left ventricle. Over here is present the right ventricle. Here. 4th and 5th intercostal spaces. 4th and 5th. I think that's it with percussion. So we did everything, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Listen.
So the conclusion is just normal.
Conclusion is normal configuration of the heart, and if your question is contour, you have to just show the contour. This is the right contour of the heart, this is the left contour of the heart. This is the right contour of the heart, this is left contour of the heart, right contour vascular bundle, left contour vascular bundle. Auscultation of heart. Auscultation of cardiovascular system. What do we use? Stethoscope or phonoendoscope? Stethoscope or phonoendoscope?
The small part one.
Yeah, I remember it's a small one. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a stethoscope. This one is a stethoscope. The one without the membrane is the stethoscope. The one with the membrane is the phonoendoscope.
Okay.
Have you ever tried like unscrewing your telephone line present in the home, removing it, and if you see there will be a membrane or diaphragm present. The reason being called phonoendoscope is because of the membrane or diaphragm. Some people call it diaphragm. If you see the membrane, just remember that old telephone line phonoendoscope. This one is stethoscope. Some people might not have stethoscope at the beginning. When you buy the phonoendoscope, both sides you'll see the membrane. Akram on the other day was having both sides. So what you have to do is just before going. Oh, not this one. No, the other one. Yeah. Obviously, both sides membrane. So both sides are phonoendoscope. Stethoscope has got its own advantage. Phonoendoscope has also its own advantage.
Why laugh?
I'm people who are gonna watch this stuff. So
Calm down,
just
Danny.
before going for exam, make sure that you're replacing this phonodoscope with the thing. It'll be given in the spare box provided. He lost this. I don't know what he's gonna do.
You say you borrow. Anyway.
So stethoscope advantage is you can use it on asthenic patients. And you can use it on those people who are hairy. Like they have a lot of hairs on the anterior surface and posterior surface of the chest. And also for a stethoscope you can use it for low pitch high frequency sound. Phonodoscope use it for high frequency low pitch sound. There are several rules for auscultation also. Before auscultation of any organ. Before auscultation, if you find any hair, you ought to shave it or you have to wet it with water. Auscultation, there is no need of natural light because obviously you're just going to listen. The room must be silent. There must not be any chit chat in the room. Besides, I remember this stuff. There's 5 or 6 rules for auscultation. Let's learn all the stuff. So first we are going to auscultate. How do we start with auscultation? Do you know the scheme of auscultation? No?
Yes.
What's
Okay.
that sound?
Pause the video.
Okay.
First you find the apex beat. Same technique.
Check on that.
Clearly palpable. So this is the first point of auscultation. So that's the reason you need to
Fine, it actually.
Yep. So use stethoscope or phonodoscope again.
Stethoscope.
This one is a stethoscope.
Without the membrane.
Without the membrane.
Okay. Good. Usually the first part of auscultation is the apex beat. So that's the reason you need to find out the apex beat first. Second point is second intercostal space to the right side of the sternum. Next point is second intercostal space to the left side of the sternum. Next is basis of the sternum, xiphoid process. Above the xiphoid process.
This one is configuration. Head shape.
I'll tell you after finishing. I'll tell you how to do. Next is third, fourth corsosternal articulation to the left part of the sternum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
This one is working hard, right?
Working up. Yep.
Here what? The process. What point?
Already.
What's the name?
Tricuspid point auscultation. There's no specific name.
Tricuspid point.
Remember to always use the stethoscope because if you use a phonodoscope for auscultation of cardiovascular system, it's
No.
srazudva.
Oh.
Srazudva. They won't continue. Okay. The auscultation points again. If you can't remember the auscultation points, just remember the figure of 8. Figure of 8 or figure of and, like in Greek. I don't know, Greek symbol or something. And figure of 8 or and. Start from first point. Apex beat, aortic, pulmonary, tricuspid, both up. And up.
Yeah.
Okay. Or figure of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, Danny. First.
Just show at the side. I couldn't see this now.
Okay, first point. Apex beat.
Always start with aspect beat.
Always start with apex beat. That's the reason you need to palpate apex beat first. If you put this like in my place, they don't palpate apex beat and find out. But if you do it like you do it in your place, it's wrong. They won't continue also. Like incorrect technique. First you need to find apex beat first, and then after aortic, pulmonary trunk, tricuspid, both can have third, fourth costal articulation. That's the scheme. Structure of the conclusion. Auscultation. during auscultation of the heart, S1 is better heard at points of auscultation of apex beat,
point.
metal valve. S1 is better heard at points of auscultation of metal valve and tricuspid valve. S2 is better heard at points of auscultation of aortic, pulmonary trunk, and both kinear point. At both kinear point, what is the reason behind this both kinear point? Does someone know both kinear point? The projection of the both kinear point. For example, the reason we oscillate here is the location of the mitral valve, the hemodynamic flow of the mitral valve. That's where blood comes through the mitral valve, and so that's the reason why we oscillate here. Aorta also same. From the left ventricle, aorta, through the aortic valve, blood goes out. So that's the reason we oscillate aortic valve here. That's the hemodynamics of blood. Pulmonary trunk same. Right ventricle, from the right ventricle, pulmonary blood goes out to pulmonary artery through this valve. So located somewhere around here. Next is tricuspid valve, same. Between right atrium and right ventricle. That's where from the right atrium blood goes to the right ventricle. So that's why we auscultate the tricuspid valve here. Both kinear point. Beneath the both kinear point, if you project, you will find the aortic valve. So both kinear point is special point of auscultation of aortic valve. Some books like written 3 or 4 years ago, they say that at the both kinear point, S1 is equal to S2. I don't know how about your teacher day. For Dimitri,
Sorry, I was in Dimitri class and explaining this one.
Huh?
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Both kinear, if you go 3-4 years back, they say that both kinear point S1 and S2 is equal, but now S2 is higher because that's the projection of the aortic valve. Immediately beneath the point of auscultation, you will find the aortic valve. So remember the scheme again: apex beat, mitral valve, aorta, pulmonary trunk, tricuspid, both kinear point. Conclusion again: during auscultation of the heart, S1 is better heard at points of auscultation of mitral and tricuspid. During auscultation, S2 is better heard at points of auscultation of aorta, pulmonary trunk, and both kinear point. Got it? Got the reason?
What?
And S1 is low in pitch, S2 is high in pitch. S1 is high in frequency, no, high in intensity, if I'm not mistaken. No, high in frequency. High in frequency, S2 is low in frequency. And after that, you have to tell. No.
The duration?
S1, you have to auscultate and you have to compare the carotid pulse. Auscultate at the point of apex beat or mitral valve auscultation. S1 is synchronous with carotid pulse, S2 is asynchronous with carotid pulse. S1 occurs after a long pause, S2 occurs after a short pause. After this, you have to tell that absence of additional heart sounds like S3, S4, gallop rhythm, open snap, so on and so on. And you have to tell absence of heart murmurs. This must be the structure of auscultation of heart. Okay. For Dimitri, what you do is you auscultate the heart and you tell all this point. Like when you tell the character for S1, you have to compare it with S2. Like immediately after S1, you have to go to S2. I told like S1 is better at points of auscultation of mitral and tricuspid. S2 at the 3 points. I don't know for other teachers. I don't know because there is a special scheme given in the answer paper, the one you have. For that, they give for each auscultation point, like for mitral, S1, S2, compare everything. For aortic, S1, S2, compare everything. It's very hard. This is the easy technique. At the same time, you enumerate all the points. Remember to tell the absence of additional heart sounds, S3, S4, like S3, S4, open snap, gallop rhythm, and absence of, important thing is absence of heart murmurs. So, auscultation of that. Okay, there are specific signs for aortic regurgitation. I'll tell you later. But before that, we go for Dorosius murmur and double treble tone. Dorosius murmur is auscultation over you hear a systolic and diastolic bruit over the femoral artery. You place your, I think it's a stethoscope you place, if I'm not mistaken. For cardiovascular system, they usually use stethoscope. You place your stethoscope over the femoral artery and listen for any bruit.
Any what?
Bruit, B-R-U-I-T. Brute is when you it's like a murmur, but you won't listen about the heart because obviously a murmur you can listen about the heart. Brute you can listen over the artery. Systolic and diastolic brute, like it's like I don't know how to explain because I've never listened to one actually. Over the femoral artery, palpate the femoral artery, vein, artery, nerve. That's the topography of the femoral artery below the inguinal ligament. And just mimic the technique. Listen for any systolic and diastolic brute. So absence. Duros's murmur is negative. Duros's murmur is not present.
It's absent.
Absent. Okay. Absent. Sorry. Next is double treble tone. The same thing, but at this point you have to press over the femoral artery. This previously we didn't press, we just auscultated. Now we are going to press and we have to auscultate. And listen.
Oh, again. What? Double trouble.
Double treble tone.
Double tone.
The difference between Duros's murmur and double treble tone, the places of auscultation is the same, femoral artery. But for
So you
Duros's
have to strip.
Let's check.
why not? Why strip? Strip.
Strip lah.
Usually, no. They usually ask, what is that? You don't need to do that.
Buka sebelah. Open now.
We do it. So auscultate, I'm just mimicking the technique. You auscultate and listen for systolic and diastolic brute. If you just place your stethoscope and listen, it's called, you're checking for Duros's murmur. If you press the stethoscope, like you have to give pressure,
Double
and if you listen for any systolic diastolic brute, it's double treble tone. Both these auscultation points, both these auscultation signs are specific for aortic regurgitation. Duros's murmur, double treble tone. There's one more, venous hum in the neck. I don't know what the reason is behind that. But I'll tell you, jugular vein, you place your stethoscope over there and listen for any humming sound like. Same lah.
Head 10.
Head 10. Between the legs of sternocleidomastoid muscle. You don't need to do this technique, you have to demonstrate how you do it. Like you have to don't need to tell that. The places of auscultation is what they usually ask. Nun's murmur or venous hum in the neck.
This one using phenandoscope or stethoscope?
As far as I know, it's a stethoscope. Because cardiac system, everything is stethoscope. As far as I know,
So all phenandoscope for cardiovascular.
stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
Double treble tone. Hey, did I tell the difference between carotid artery and jugular venous pulse palpation?
No,
We didn't do
not
that.
yet.
Okay, we go that again. Palpation. Okay, inspection also this comes.
So after
What's the
that,
difference? Yeah, that's it.
after this,
Auscultation,
the
sure.
conclusion is there's no
Absence of neurosis comes, absence of double treble tone.
Negative. You can say negative. Negative.
Usually they say it's absent.
absent.
Yeah. Sign is what they say. Like for example, plus sign negative.
Sign negative.
Sign. Clinical sign they usually say negative. Demoset sign negative. Demoset sign. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Remember?
Wait, what?
Demoset sign. Can you remember? This is demoset sign.
Oh, no.
Aortic regurgitation. Okay. Another sign I already told you earlier. Corrigan's pulse. Dams and carotids. Severe aortic regurgitation. So already told you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signs. Other sign is quincus capillary pulse. Regional inspection.
Just press right.
Yeah. Also during cardiovascular, you have to check for any pulsation over the nails. You won't usually feel capillaries. Quincus capillary sign, quincus capillary pulse. Okay. That's not the only point you check for quincus capillary pulse. If your question is to find quincus capillary pulse or sign, check like this. 3 places, okay? First, 1 over here. Check for pulsation, like you do like this. I forgot it. Do like this. Feel for pulsation. Third is you need a glass rod. Like the ones they use glass rod, like I don't know how specimens. Those microscopic
yeah.
specimens. What you have to do is you have to place the glass rod over the lips and observe for any pulsation. For each systole, blood will fill. After diastole, in normal patients you won't see. In severe aortic regurgitation patients, you'll see that for each systole, blood fills the capillaries, and after that, blood is withdrawn. Blood fills withdrawn. So alternative constriction dilatation of the arterioles, not constriction dilatation, alternative filling and how do you say, opposite of filling. of the arteriole. So red color, and after that pale, red pale, red pale.
Mm.
You have to place the glass slide over the patient's lips. So there are three places. One is the nail, other one is over the forehead, other one is over the lips. In case capillary pulse. Okay. Other one we forgot is difference between carotid artery and jugular venous pulse. How do you differentiate? Carotid artery is usually palpable, yeah. Venous pulse is jugular vein is usually visible. Better visible, better palpable. What are the difference? Carotid artery usually has one beat, like one beat. Say one per beat, one times per beat, or something like that. One peak per beat. Carotid artery during palpation. Jugular vein has two peaks per beat for each heartbeat. And the location of the artery and vein, of course. Anterior border of sternocleidomastoidus muscle is the carotid artery. Between the legs of sternocleidomastoidus muscle is the jugular vein. One more thing. Okay, yeah. Outward movement pulsates outward artery. Jugular vein, it pulsates inward because obviously it is flowing into something, like it is draining the vein. The vein is being drained, so that's the reason. Besides this, there are other criteria. I'm thinking. What are the criteria, sir?
Not change in
Inspiration. Capillary, venous pulsation usually changes during inspiration. It's amplified during inspiration, but there is no correspondence of the carotid artery with the inspiration or expiration phase. And also, carotid artery is usually synchronous with the apex beat. Jugular vein is not asynchronous with the apex beat. What else, sir?
level unchanged by position.
Yeah, jugular venous, jugular pulse, not jugular pulse. Carotid artery doesn't change with the position of the patient, like standing, sitting, lying, supine position. It always remains the same, constant. But jugular vein, internal jugular vein, when the patient is lying, it's like more easy for us to visualize. So there's no change in position of the body. In the case of carotid arteries, change in position of the body leads to change in pulsations of the jugular veins. Yeah, I think that's it. This is also one of the favorite questions of Dimitri.
Yeah.
We'll ask the difference. So you have to enumerate all characters. We'll say next. Continue.
How many
How many? 7 or 6?
Synchronize with
Correct. Apex beat.
more for jugulars? Is it more visible? 2 feet
No.
per beat.
Okay. So, did we miss any other thing? General inspection, we missed something. I told you. Wait. General inspection, we missed something. Okay, before we are done, I'll tell you the peripheral signs of aortic regurgitation. Demoset sign, nodding of the head, Corrigan's pulse, quincus capillary sign, Durose's movement, double trouble tone, Lincoln sign. What is Lincoln sign? Pulsation of the popliteal arteries. Yes. Pulsation. You see visible pulsation of the popliteal arteries. Yeah. That is Lincoln sign. Landolfi sign is alternative constriction dilatation of the pupils. Arterioles of the pupils, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So there will be alternative constriction and dilatation like this. This is Landolfi sign. Lincoln sign. Besides this, there is Gerhardt sign, Sherman sign. I don't remember which one is due to enlargement of the spleen, which one is due to enlargement of the liver. I think Gerhardt is due to enlargement of the liver.
splash sign in liver, right?
Flesh sign is in the liver. Press. Observe for Enlargement of the jugular veins. So these are all the signs I know. Besides this, there are a lot of signs, like 5 or 6 signs. Gerhardt sign, Sherman sign, Lincoln sign. There's one more Waterhouse sign. But the ones
Oh,
usually
Waterhouse sign is the
Waterhammer pulse. I don't know. I don't remember the way we do it.
adrenal.
No, don't go there. Don't go there. No, it has nothing to do with this Waterhouse Friderichsen syndrome. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's called Waterhammer pulse, if I'm not mistaken. Waterhammer pulse. So, Demoset sign, Corrigan's pulse, Quincke's capillary pulse, Rose's memo double trouble tone, Lincoln sign, Landolfi sign. Okay, before the day, Mueller sign. Mueller sign, you ask the patient to open his mouth. Mueller or Mueller. Thomas Mueller. You ask the patient to open his mouth, and you have to look for the uvula. Hard palate. Okay. Hard palate, soft palate, uvula. The uvula is the one which is hanging. So you have to look for alternative, movement, like forward and backward movement of the uvula. Usually it stays constant.
So if it moves,
it's clinical sign. It doesn't move. Mueller sign is positive if there is alternative forward and backward movement of the uvula. This is also one of the clinical signs of aortic regurgitation. All the signs which I told you earlier, these are clinical signs, peripheral signs to be more specific, peripheral signs of severe aortic regurgitation. So without performing any diagnostic or laboratory investigation, you can make a preliminary diagnosis of aortic regurgitation. So we are done with cardiovascular system. Any doubts? Pause.
can you repeat the sign, please?
3, 4 times.
Demoset.
Demoset sign is nodding of the head. Okay. The reason behind S1 and S2. S1, remember, healthy valves, when they open, they do not produce any sound at all. Healthy valves, when they open, they do not produce any sound. S1, the reason occurs due to the closure of, so when they close, they produce sound, obviously. S1 occurs due to the closure of mitral and tricuspid valve. Mitral and tricuspid valve.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Especially for you. Yeah, mitral and tricuspid valve.
Ventricular.
What?
The component. I just remember the component.
Okay.
Okay,
S2 occurs due to closure of aortic and pulmonary trunk. Okay, components of S1, go ahead. S1 components, S2 components.
Muscular, valvular, ventricular, atria.
Muscular.
I don't even remember.
Lol. S1 components, 4 components. Start with the one. Valvular first. Always valvular first. Associated with the valve is the muscle of the ventricles, both ventricles. Muscular. Associated with the muscle is the vessels.
Okay.
Like aortic for left ventricle, pulmonary trunk for right ventricle. So first, valvular, tricuspid, mitral and tricuspid. Next is muscular, right ventricular muscle, left ventricular muscle, right ventricular muscle. Next is valvular, aortic and pulmonary trunk. And finally, atrial, right atrium, left atrium. 4 components of S1. Like whenever you are differentiating murmurs, you need to consider all these components you have to consider all these components, because it might occur either due to one of the component or might be mixture of all the 3 or 4 components. Yes, too. There are only 2 components. Yes, no. Tricuspid. Yes, 2 components. Hey, I'm not asking the brands. Components.
Pulmonary. Is it the valve?
Okay, valvular.
Valvular and the other side.
Valvular and vascular. Valvular is aortic and pulmonary trunk. Associated with the aortic valve, immediately above the aortic valve you see the aorta. Above the pulmonary trunk valve you see the pulmonary trunk. So these are the components of S1 and S2. Okay?
No, repeat the last part, sorry.
S1. Oh, sorry.
S2.
Components of S2.
Okay, yeah.
First components of S2 is the valves which are associated, which is the aortic and pulmonary trunk. And after immediately above the aortic and pulmonary trunk you see the vessels. Above the aortic valve you see what vessel? Above the aortic valve. Okay. Above the pulmonary trunk valve.
Indicator.
Don't tell. Above the pulmonary trunk valve. Pulmonary artery trunk valve.
Okay.
What do you see?
Yeah.
Pause the video.